I just get out of a sales call, and this is like one of the for myself one of the better sales calls I've ever had. Like it's up there and being the. I almost want to cry. That's like the state I'm. I don't know if I'm tired and overworked, but I almost want to cry after that call because it was so nice, and it reminded me of so much about life and people and relationships. And I just want to record this video because it was such a nice call to have, and to just I want to reflect a little bit on this call that I had and what I took away from it. And before I'm gonna leave the office soon, it's very late. But this was a sales call with a creator that's she was really nice. She was really nice, and I think it was with their manager, and they were just really nice people. And I kind of got into a point in my life where I can't stand with people who are not real people. Like I have great difficulty with people who are like putting on a mask and kind of putting on a show for like trying to be someone they think that the other person wants them to be. And this was like this was like the first time in a not in a long time, but this was just a reminder that there are such nice real people out there. And what they made me realize is I you have to be, first of all, completely honest in a sales call. You have to be brutally honest in a sales call. I think that even if you have like flaws in your business or your offer, basically, I think it will help you in the long term if you're brutally honest. And I was brutally honest in the meeting. I could have shared a little bit more, but I didn't feel like it was. It wasn't the time and the place to be even more brutally honest and share more information. There was one other detail which I'm sure they wouldn't have mind. They probably already know about it. But that's one like important lesson, and it's not only about like a business and sales calls. It's a lesson in life. Like, I think honesty in the long term is always the best option. I think that it's so important. Even if you like, if you have a bad offer and you're trying to hide it, and if you have a bad product and you're trying to hide it, you're gonna lose long term. So you have to be honest with people, because in the end I am selling to real people, and people are smart. People really are smart, and they just if they don't if their actions don't show that they're smart, it's because their belief in themselves are hindering themselves to realize that they are smart people. I think everybody is smart, and it's just that their belief might be hindering them. But that's something else to talk about. But people are smart. You have to be really honest with them, and because we are like working together towards something. I mean, I'm trying to close them as a customer, and we're gonna work together basically, and we're in this together. We're in the same boat, as you say in Sweden, and you want to be as open as possible, like, because if we're in the same boat and we're both like trying to get to the same destination, which is to in this case just to make a lot of money, and you want to be able to disclose all information possible to the person sitting with you in the boat, um, so that both of you can try to achieve the goal of getting as soon, but not only as fast as possible, but also as in the best shape as possible best way possible for both of you to land at your destination. So honesty is so important, and I think also not only about like the sales call being honest, because I closed the deal, it's gonna happen, and I don't know if it's gonna turn out to be a really good deal. I honestly have no clue. It could be like this is super good. It could be that it's not. I don't know. But I think that. So that's the first thing. But then I want to talk about above. Like I've closed the deal, and life is about real people, and I felt so. I, f- I felt like I wanted to really like. I want to touch those people, and I don't mean physically. I mean metaphorically. I want to touch those people's hearts, and I want to help them as good as I can. And people are really children of God. And I I when I have a meeting like this, and I have a meeting with such real and nice people, they're so nice that I told you, I want almost to start crying in the meeting. Because you kind of, when you are with real people, it's like all of your walls just crumble down. It just falls down. Like totally. And you're like so vulnerable. You're just like, it's almost like my kid inside is kind of waking up and getting a belief again to the world. And I don't want to mistake you to think that I think that the world is like dark and cruel. But this innocence, this innocence, this childlike innocence that has been kind of, I don't want to say slowly dying, but maybe that is the perfect depiction of it. This childlike innocence that kind of gets back to me in this call, because they're so real and nice people. It makes these people makes me want to live life to the fullest, and be, and just help other people, and also, this is like, I close the deal, but they make me want to like really pursue my real authentic dreams, and really just once again touch these people's hearts and help them as much as I possibly can in their lives. And life once again is really about people, and I think that underneath everybody, I mean, underneath everybody's mask, if they're wearing a mask, there is this scared, usually, or afraid child. And when you can kind of peel away the layers of trying to put it, like you're wearing a mask in a social situation, and you're kind of just, you might be carrying some heavy load, you might be carrying some baggage, but if you can have a conversation with someone, and you kind of slowly peel away those layers, and you really just see their authentic, their child, basically their inner child. I think that it kind of makes you appreciate life in a way that I did not really, I kind of forgot about before I had this meeting. Before I had this meeting, I was so obsessed about making money, and like doing outreach, and I know flow state, all that. And after this call, I'm just kind of reminded that life is really about people and being there for each other, and just I don't even know what to say further than that. I think that this call was really nice. I feel like a kid again. I'm getting callbacks to people I have known in the past. So I could go back to like 2020, or no. We're talking like 2019. 2019, that time of my life, which was 6 years, no, 7 years ago. And that, during that period of time, I was kind of still, or 2018. Those are the times in my life that I was kind of, I kind of was whole. I wasn't like broken as I'm more like am now. I was kind of more, had this childlike innocence, and had this zest for life, and this kind of happiness that was shining through me, and all of these things. I'm kind of getting throwbacks to that period of time when I was talking to people that were really just like, there's no transaction in the relationship. It's just pure unconditional love for each other. And when you have that, I mean, you don't really need so much else when you have that pure unconditional love. And I guess that it's something I'm missing in my life, and have been missing for many years. Hence, I am kind of chasing this status, like chasing money, and to try to because I've already kind of discovered this about myself, but I realized that the past year that I'm kind of trying to make myself worthy, like a person. Like, I'm trying to, if I just make this amount of money, if I just make this deal, land this deal, I make this amount of money, I will finally be worthy of love. That's kind of that's taken a lot of like reflections to come to that point, but that's kind of what's happening on a very, very deep level subconsciously. Like, I'm trying to get back to this sense of like, I won't be lovable until I make 60K a month, for example. And I think that it's just the realization once again that um, it's false. Like like that's why I'm talking about. Like when I went back to like 2018, 19 around there, I didn't have this. Okay, I have to achieve something. I did it for the sake of it. I did it because I loved it. And then it became something different. So instead of like doing something, going because I have been obsessive. Like I don't want to say all my life, but a big part of my life ever since I was like 12. I've been very obsessive about this something, and it came to a point where it was like it was not even doing it for the fun anymore. It was more now for trying to achieve something, to achieve status, to then achieve love. So the core of all this is really just, I think that underneath everybody's layers in life, everybody's, we all just want to be loved for who we are. I think there's, if you really take a look at everybody, that's kind of, if you have that, I think there's, you don't really need anything else. I mean, that makes life worth living. And I think that if you take all of these people who are rich, I'm kind of confident that they are, at least my belief is that we are, because I'm in the same boat doing this. We're trying to achieve something to feel like we're worthy of love, and then you get what you thought you like, you get what you thought you want, you had to have to achieve love, and then you realized it didn't really change things. You might get love, but you don't really get the love that you this unconditional love. I mean, there are different types of love. You don't really get that love from achieving. And there's so many people talking about this. Jim Carrey, for example, says like, I wish everybody could get famous and rich because they realize that that is not the answer. And I think he's basically saying that he chased pleasure and money and fame and status, and he kind of got everything, and then he didn't really get this love, this unconditional love, this deep love that is so deep that it kind of makes everything just wash away from you. And I think that's kind of what life is really about. I think that there's so many people out there teaching about how you make money. And I love Alex Ramosi. I really do. He's so smart and he's so kind in helping people. But I also think that he says that like he wants his goal in life is like, I want people to make 100K. I guess it's $100,000 a year, I think, in profits, and that's kind of his mission with life, his why in living in life. And I think that what's even more important than $100,000, I think it's this unconditional love, because I think that's honestly what people who are trying to build a business is trying to get. I don't think it's. I think you get to a point, and this is something I reflected on before. Like people around me, I know a friend of mine who's one of my closest friends. He's still in school, university. He's graduating this summer, in just like days now. And I know that he will make maybe, I don't know how much money he will make. Let's say he makes 8K USD per month, and you probably make that, even if it takes a little bit of time. That's kind of the peak happiness you get. There's been a lot of studies about this. So that's kind of the peak happiness. And there are other people I know who are my close friends who make like 4K a month or 3K a month. And they're also like I still see this happiness inside them. And I think that it's not about getting this amount of money. I think that everybody can achieve enough money to kind of live. And once again, I think that you should strive to get as much money as possible to live like a life, so you can eat nice food and you can travel and you can like. I think that's good, but I think that there's something more to it, and I think this is what Jesus talks about. I don't want this video to become religious. I believe in Jesus, but I still want to like. He talks about, is life not more than food and clothes? And I think that underneath all of this, and if people are really, really brutally honest with themselves, what is the best thing with this life is this feeling of being loved for exactly who you are. And I know that sounds kind of cliche, like being loved exactly for who you are. But I think that if you understand what that means, that basically means that you don't have to earn money. As a man, you don't have to make money to achieve status, to achieve love. You can just be who you are. And I don't think I have time to kind of continue this dialogue because I'm not describing it well to you. But just like taking care of yourself and really loving yourself and being the best version of you can possibly. And then I don't mean that you should not, like, if you really love chess, for example, you should really do chess. But I think that a lot of people are not really doing chess for the chess. I think they're doing it for the money. And it's a metaphorical or it's in a generalization of, like, I think 99% of people are not doing what they're destined to do in this world. And I mean in terms of job wise, I think they're doing the job for the money. I don't think they're doing the job because they love it. I think that there's so many instances of this where the best songs that people have achieved, or movies. So take, for example, George Lucas. He made Star Wars. And Star Wars became a huge hit. But before he made Star Wars, this is what people never talks about. He made American Graffiti. And American Graffiti made George Lucas a multi-millionaire. So basically, before he made American Graffiti, he was poor. He was kind of hustling. He was not poor, but he was kind of in this hustling era of, like, I have to make money to pay my bills. And then he made American Graffiti, and that made him, like, money is not a question anymore. I will probably never have to worry about money again. And in that state of, like, I'm not doing this Star Wars because of the money. I'm doing Star Wars because I love it. That's the state I'm talking about. This is exactly what I'm talking about. He's making Star Wars because he loves it, not because of the money it gave him. In many ways, Star Wars ruined George Lucas' life. I read his biography, and he had a wife who I think he was his, I don't want to say soulmate, but I think that was the person he should have committed to his whole entire life. But he chose Star Wars over her. And I think that's one of the bigger mistakes he has made in his life. This is just a belief, this is not facts. And I think that he sacrificed that relationship for Star Wars. And that's kind of when you I don't even know why I said that. That's a side note. But anyway, I think that we should all strive to do what we love for the sake of, like, doing it because we love it, not because we have to pay our bills. And I think that many people, especially in the business niche of, like, having an agency and trying to make $10,000 a month, and where, like, I think that for a lot of people, the majority, it's not for the sake of, like, they really love doing. I think Curry Barker is an example of, he loves doing his YouTube channel. I don't think he gives a shit about the money, if I know that person correctly. I think the money's nice. I can buy nice clothes, he can travel, he can eat nice foods. I don't think he gives a shit about that, honestly. I think that he makes movies because he loves it. That's why he makes such good movies. And I hope that he keeps on that path. Like, I'm making it because I love it. I'm not going to make this film because it's going to be a big payroll. This is so crazy that I landed up in the conversation. But what this is all about is, underneath all people's layers, I think we all just want to be loved for who we are. And when you really get to that stage, I think that you start changing to, like, I want to help people feel this unconditional, because I think that is the deepest out of everything in this life. I think love and loving people and feeling loved back unconditionally, true authentic love, there's nothing better than that. And I know that myself. Like, I can be honest and tell you, like, I'm chasing, and I have been chasing for a long time, a girlfriend. And this is like the idea, like, I have to build something big and make a lot of money before I'm worthy of this love from this girlfriend. It's basically the sum of my life. And I think that is basically what we are doing. That we are trying to use this business as a vehicle to get something different, which is love. When you are already you are already very much lovable exactly as you are, even though it's cliche. And I can tell you, like, I don't know if I'm going to write a book or make a video, but there's been so instances where I have had a girl who's actually been interested in me. I'm not talking about love. Love, I think, happens when you're with someone for some time. That's where you feel this kind of love grow. But I have had instances where girls kind of liked me, and then I've kind of self-sabotaged the relationship because my belief is that I'm not worthy of this love. I have to achieve something before. Um, and it's there's so many stories about, there's so many instances of this. And I think this is going to be the ending of this video. But this meeting just kind of woke something up in me. This inner child of like, there's such nice people out there, and just being with nice people and helping nice people, and helping. By helping, I mean really just feeling this love, and not helping in terms of like I want to make these people money. Even though I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. I think there's something even greater you can do to someone, and that is to kind of to I don't want to say fix someone, but to kind of waken up what has been kind of sleeping for a long time. This inner child, this zest for life, and this innocence, wake this innocence up, and then to just feel this love of just walking on, just being alive, just being so grateful for just being alive. I think that if you're not grateful for being alive and breathing and just like being healthy, I think that you are not there yet, my friend. I think that the days when you wake up and you're so grateful, like you're just so grateful for just waking up, I think that's when it kind of you're gonna start getting to the point where like you have this innocence again, and this gratefulness of being alive. And this meeting was like a wake up call for myself, that this is what I want. I want relationships with people, that with real people that are not having a mask. They're just authentic, and they love you just for who you are. And at the same time, I'm kind of doing something that I really love doing for the sake of doing it. So it could be movies, for example, which I think it is, or it could be writing. It might be that I'm an author. I'm not a movie director. I don't know yet. But I think that something that I just want to do because I love it, not because of the money it will give me. That's where I want to end up. And I think that I still have this idea of like I'm chasing something for the sake. This is I'm so vulnerable on this YouTube channel. I'm realizing, but I think it's a good thing. I'm chasing this business because I want to feel loved for who I am, and I think I'm gonna keep doing it until I get to a point where like I meet someone and I realize that I did not have to do this at all. I could just be myself. All of this walls and like all these layers just kind of washes over you, and you're just like yourself. And this is a big topic I'm talking about, and this is also what I want to make a movie. I want to make a movie called Just the Way You Are, which is basically about this: the idea that we're chasing something. We're chasing, and for men it's usually we're chasing status, money, to feel like we're worthy of love. And then there are like levels after this, or phases after this. So you can achieve love, and then this is very complex. It's very complex, and there's so many different like for people. But for me, I know that in my life right now, it's this chasing of like I feel I feel like I have to do this before I'm worthy, and I'm gonna keep doing it, and I don't know how long I'll be doing it. I will probably one day make a video here, and I will tell you that I was wrong, guys. I don't really recommend you chasing this YouTube or money, making a business, or this is what I recommend now. It might really happen, and it would be such a beautiful story if it would happen, and I think it will happen. It's just a matter of time. But right now I'm in a phase where I'm going all in the business, and I'm seeing how far I can go, and I'm really just becoming better every day at what I'm doing. And this is kind of a reflection from today. It's the 21st of May, and it's kind of a reflection of having a sales call with real nice people, and they just kind of they made me want to cry almost. They almost made me want what they almost made me want to do. They almost, if we were like not having a sales call, or like meeting up, and we would hang basically. In that situation, I feel myself starting to cry and just like pour everything out, like everything out, everything, all of my insecurities, all my fears, all of my my secrets, everything, just pour everything out. And I think that that would definitely be like my Goodwill Hunting moment, when Will says, or the Will said like, it's not your fault, and this is, yeah, I know, and then he starts crying. This healing moment. I think that could have been my healing moment, when I don't really have to like put on a mask anymore, and I can just be myself. So they really made me realize that there is a future in my life where I no longer have to kind of be inauthentic, and I can just be real and myself, and wherever that would lead me, I don't know. I won't know that until I am on that path, because right now I'm on a different path, and I think it's because I think I have this very very deep belief of like, I have to achieve something in order to feel loved. And this is not something I can kind of consciously like change. It's so deep within me that there's gonna have to be some event in my life that kind of changes that, and I see that happening, and I'm happy to make a video when that happens. But this is just this video right here is like a memory and a reminder to like what life is really all about, which is real, being authentic, being your real self, love, unconditional love. And I felt that in this call, and it made me very happy, and it's a great ending to this day. So I'm actually going to record another video soon about something else, which is about business, which is sad, but that's the way it is. So thank you for watching this video. This is like, this was a good this is one of my videos which I will look back on and see like, I already kind of got a glimpse of what life can be. So thank you for watching, and I think there is a bright future. I don't know how long it will take before I am in that place where I'm no longer chasing this money and status, in a world where I can just be and just do what I love, which I think will be movies or writing. And I can just be myself, and you're gonna see in the video how different I will be. So let's see when that video is. But thanks guys for watching.